Bill Cohen here, Cohen on Content. Look who I got back, Rob Gorrie from Centricity.
No war zone this time.
That was fun.
It was
that
a
was
blast,
funny.
actually.
The last time we taped, it was at the Strategic Institute's
Investor conference.
Right.
You got it right this time.
We had signs falling down. It was amazing. I wanted to get Rob back because we had so much feedback on something that he had mentioned. I had asked, is content, since you deal with all of the agencies and so many different networks, different kinds of networks, I asked, was content important? Was it important to the agencies? And Rob said it depended on the maturity curve of the agencies.
And the advertiser.
And the advertiser. So I go, what the heck does that mean? So I dragged him back to ask him, what the heck does that mean?
Well, I mean, no matter what, as we all know, building scale in the industry has been a big factor of it. And once you kind of hit that scale, then the traffic and the eyeballs and the viewership is there to be able to actually go out and target on and plan on and buy on for the agency community. So that's sort of where you start. But there's no one network or no two networks are the same. So we have actually found in a number of studies we've done with a couple of our agency partners that, quite frankly, the efficacy of the medium is completely dependent on the content. So if you're running TV feeds.
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again. You got to say that again. Can I get a bumper sticker made of this? Say that again. The efficacy.
The efficacy of the content. Oh, now I got to remember what I actually said. The efficacy of the content has a dramatic impact on the results of the program or the campaign that you're running.
I think what you said was the efficacy of dang it. It had something to do with directly content. You said content. All right, never mind.
All good.
You know what? Once this gets up on the web, then we can scroll it back and see what you said, because I want to make a bumper sticker.
What, there's no post-production in this stuff?
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? We put this thing up from my grandson's basement.
Oh, fantastic.
You mentioned something about no two networks are alike. Well, I'm out there preaching content. But each network has to build their own family. They have to say, what's the, because I talk about the environment, the demographic, the dwell time, and the relationship among the three. So the network has to develop their own metrics of those three numbers, and then they've got to creatively produce content that fits that. How do they know that it worked?
It completely depends on the campaign strategy, but I mean, the way I like to look at it is a little bit different, or turn it on its head, is what's the value proposition of your network to the consumer, not the advertiser. So when I was talking about the maturation of the industry, or the maturation of the agency or brand process inside of this thing, it ties back to, it completely ties back to the network and the content and what it is that adds value to that actual consumer. So from a results perspective, your relevancy of the content, once you've got the eyeballs, the relevancy of your content and your network to that consumer is what's going to make them pay attention, which is going to make the program not traffic based, so you don't buy on traffic anymore, but it's going to make it efficacy based. So I know what if I'm P&G and I'm selling Mr. Clean and it's a new product that's in the green category for a consumer, your results on that program and the sales lift and the tie-in are going to be much greater if the relevancy of the network is tied to that consumer.
We saw it in my own networks, in kid care, pet care, and women's health care. The engagement was the word that they were using. The engagement resulted in the recall. And the recall measurement, when Arbitron did it, the recall measurement was what woke up the agencies. And you said P&G, IAM's pet food is P&G.
Yep.
They came on based on the strength of those recall numbers. And that kind of proved to me that it's the content that creates the engagement and the resultant recall.
Absolutely.
I'm hearing you had the same thing.
Yep, absolutely.
I expect, if I were you, to get a bunch of emails asking for specific help in these areas. Just tell them you're not a consultant. Send them to the other guys. Hey, come on Content with Rob Gorrie. I'm not going to give his email address. He scares him, but you'll see me next week.
Cheers.